Ever feel like we're just hanging out on a giant rock, hurtling through space with no clue what could zoom in and wipe us all out? Today, we're diving into the top 7 ways life on Earth could be wiped out. So, what's the number one cosmic threat on our list? Believe it or not, it's our own sun. Our friendly neighborhood star can throw some serious punches in the form of extreme solar events. Imagine a giant burp of supercharged particles blasting out from the sun's surface. That's a coronal mass ejection, or CME for short. CMEs happen all the time, but sometimes they're extra powerful. Back in 1859, a monster CME hit Earth, causing a crazy event called the Carrington event. Telegraph machines went haywire, and people could see the northern lights all the way down in Florida. Back then, our technology wasn't that advanced, but today, a super CME could be a total disaster. Power grids could overload, satellites could fry, and the internet? Forget about it. Basically, our whole world runs on electronics, and a big solar storm could knock it all offline. But the good news is, scientists are keeping an eye on the sun. They say a Carrington-sized storm is likely to happen again this century, but it might just cause a few hiccups. The bad news? There's a chance it could be much worse and totally shut down our civilization. All right, that's number 1 on our list of cosmic threats. Coming up next, we'll blast off to explore danger number 2. It might sound surprising, but small asteroids, roughly the size of a school bus, actually hit Earth's atmosphere after every few years. These cosmic speed demons travel at incredible velocities, reaching up to 70,000 miles per hour. When they hit our atmosphere, the friction creates a powerful explosion, releasing energy comparable to a medium-sized nuclear bomb. Luckily, for the most part, these fiery darts burn up harmlessly high above our heads, usually exploding over vast oceans. But that doesn't mean we should be complacent. Statistics tells us it's only a matter of time before our luck runs out. The real danger lies in a different type of asteroid, a metal-rich one that's much sturdier. This kind of asteroid could survive its fiery descent and wreak havoc on a populated area. That's why scientists are working hard on creating a cosmic early warning system. Imagine a giant space alarm clock that detects incoming threats. Now, let's talk about the big one, climate change. This isn't your average cosmic threat. It's one caused right here on Earth, by us. While our planet has experienced warmer periods in the past, the current rate and scale of climate change is unprecedented. We've built our societies around a stable climate, coastal cities, seasonal agriculture, all that gets thrown into question with a rapidly changing climate. The good news? We can actually address human-caused climate change. We have the tools and knowledge to make a difference. The not-so-good news? Even without humans influencing things, Earth itself can experience dramatic climate shifts over long periods. Imagine the sun getting a little dimmer, or a natural realignment of Earth's atmosphere. These events can cause major climate changes too. The difference is, these natural shifts happen much slower than what we're experiencing now. That slowness makes them incredibly difficult to combat. Instead of actively fighting the change, we'd have to adapt to new sea levels, altered seasons, and unpredictable weather patterns. Let's take a trip back in time, 65 million years ago. Remember those giant dinos stomping around? Well, a very unfriendly asteroid, a few miles wide, decided to play cosmic bowling with Earth. The impact was so powerful, it basically rang our planet like a giant bell. Volcanoes erupted all over, and a massive dust cloud choked out the sun for thousands of years, causing a global deep freeze. It wasn't a good day for the dinosaurs, except maybe the bird ancestors who managed to survive. The good news is that these planet-killer asteroids are much rarer than the smaller ones we see hitting Earth more frequently. These mega impacts seem to happen only every few million years, with the last one happening a comforting 10 million years ago. However, that doesn't mean we should relax. Any early warning and deflection system we develop for smaller asteroids needs to be top-notch, because statistically speaking, a giant space rock will come knocking eventually. Astronomers have been keeping their eyes peeled for any nearby stars that might be getting a little too excited and planning to explode. Luckily, it seems none of our stellar neighbors are on the verge of going supernova, which is a good thing because a close-up supernova wouldn't be pleasant. But there's a bigger, nastier cosmic threat lurking out there, one with a much longer reach and a sneakier way of attacking: gamma-ray bursts, or GRBs for short. Imagine a giant star exploding and collapsing into a black hole. All that leftover stellar material gets sucked in, swirling around the black hole like water going down a drain. As this material gets squished and heated, something crazy happens. It shoots out giant beams of gamma rays, the most powerful form of radiation in the universe. These GRBs are like the ultimate cosmic tantrums, and some scientists even think they might be responsible for some extinction events here on Earth in the past. Here's how they could mess with us. When a GRB blasts Earth with gamma rays, it can rip apart our ozone layer, the protective shield that filters out harmful radiation from the sun. Without the ozone layer, we'd be exposed to a full dose of the sun's UV rays, which can cause all sorts of problems, from increased skin cancer to harming plant life. The scary part is that GRBs can come from far, far away and still mess with our ozone layer. That's why astronomers are working hard to map as many stars in our galaxy as possible. The more we know about where these stellar explosions might happen, the better prepared we can be. Exploding stars might not be a worry today, but the universe is a constantly changing place. Stars are like cosmic dancers, swirling around the center of our galaxy and zipping around each other. Our closest stellar neighbors might seem friendly now, but fast forward a few million years, and things could be different. Over vast stretches of time, a giant star, the kind that could cause some serious trouble, might decide to move into our cosmic neighborhood. When these big guys die, they go out with a bang. A supernova explosion so powerful, it could literally rip away Earth's atmosphere. Not ideal, but there's another kind of stellar explosion that's even more sneaky: a kilonova. Imagine two neutron stars crashing into each other. These collisions are much rarer than supernovas, but because neutron stars are so small, they're harder to spot. They could be lurking close by before unleashing a surprise explosion, a kilonova. That could be devastating. The good news: as far as we can tell, Earth hasn't been blasted by a deadly supernova or kilonova in the past, but the universe is a vast and mysterious place, and the future is wide open. That's why scientists are constantly looking up, keeping an eye on our stellar neighbors, and trying to understand these powerful cosmic explosions. By learning more, we can hopefully be prepared for whatever the universe throws our way. All right, now we're getting to the real head-scratchers. We've covered everything from asteroid showers to stellar fireworks. But what about aliens? So far, astronomers haven't found any proof of alien life, whether simple or advanced. We haven't picked up any messages sent through space by other civilizations, and we haven't seen any giant structures built by aliens. As far as we know, we're all alone in our corner of the universe. But hold on, the universe is vast. Our Milky Way galaxy alone has hundreds of billions of stars and even more planets. As we keep exploring space, we might stumble upon signs of life elsewhere, maybe even another intelligent species. But even if we do, they'll likely be incredibly far away, thousands of light years. Distances like that make physical contact impossible, because traveling such enormous lengths is beyond our current technology. Now, about these aliens, they might not even be a threat. They might not even recognize us as intelligent life forms. In that case, those vast stretches of empty space between the stars might be a good thing. After all, the galaxy is big enough for everyone, wouldn't you say?